we need to take a look at what the impact was on Native Americans. So as the Spanish are going throughout the borderlands and they're establishing themselves as the rightful inhabitants now, or owners of this land, there is an actual impact on those that were already living there. So we're going to take a look at what the impact was on the Native Americans. So specifically, we're going to look at the Pueblo Nation. So the Pueblo. One of the things they are going to do is they are going to learn from the Spanish how to use new tools, how to grow new foods, and how to raise sheep for wool. Because keep in mind that it is the Europeans who are bringing sheep as livestock over to the Americas. Sheep did not live in North America prior to European exploration. Now, the Spanish are going to learn things from the Native Americans. So the Spanish, they're going to be introduced to new techniques for growing food. You have to remember that the Pueblo Indians are growing food in a desert climate, and it's really not a very fertile soil, and so they're going to teach the Spanish how to actually grow crops in those conditions. Another way that the Native Americans were impacted because of the Spanish acquisition of land and the missionaries coming in, one of the main things that's going to happen to the Native Americans is many of them are going to convert to Christianity. Now, the converts are often going to live in or near the missions, and they're going to grow crops, and they're going to help and maintain the churches and the other buildings. So they're often going to work directly with the missionaries in some capacity. The other thing that is really interesting in regards to the Native American converts is that they still continue to practice many of their native religious rituals. So they're not going to abandon everything altogether just because they converted to Christianity. It's going to be Christianity plus their native religion. One of the other impacts on Native Americans is that wherever the Spanish settled, they brought with them disease, and it was disease that the natives had no resistance to. These diseases included things like smallpox, measles, and even influenza. The thing that really impacted the Native Americans with these diseases is not that people would get sick, because it wasn't uncommon for people to be sick. It's the simple fact that they had no resistance to these diseases. And so what ends up happening is often entire villages are wiped out. something I really want you to think about is what the actual impact or devastation was on Native Americans because of these diseases. When Coronado first began coming into what would be the continental United States, or the actual United States area, there had been more than 100 thriving pueblos just in New Mexico. And by the time the year 1700 comes around, only 19 remain. So we go from 100 down to 19.